As we all know, AI is being used in almost every aspect of our lives, and we'll try and use it to take shortcuts anywhere we can. So I decided to use AI to try and take a shortcut while designing an iron farm for Minecraft, and results speak for themselves. So today I'll be testing 3 popular AI programs and their ability to design an iron farm. One thing that I can say is 3 designs, and one of them was actually better than other designs that I've seen on YouTube. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Gruva, and today we're going to be using 3 top well-known AI programs to help us design a Minecraft iron farm for Bedrock Edition. I used Copilot, Gemini and ChatGPT to assist me in these designs. One thing I have to say is that the instructions are fuzzy to say the least, so during the build, if there is any area that's unclear or it leaves a little bit of an area for me to make a decision for myself, I will make a decision which will benefit the iron farm. So if you feel like it, feel free to build along with me and see what results you get from these design suggestions. So this is the exact prompt that I fed into the AI models. Could you give me a step-by-step guide for building an iron farm on Bedrock Edition? Let's see what we got. Copilot. First of all, they gave me a materials list, 20 beds, 3 stacks of any block for building, 35 glass blocks, 2 chests, 20 water buckets, 1 campfire, 2 stacks of any slab, a lava bucket, 1 hopper, 6 buttons, 1 sign. That's actually kind of hopeful, so let's go get that. Items collected. Step 1. Find a flat area. Choose a flat area at least 150 blocks away from a village to maximize iron golem rates. It's not going to maximize anything, but you know, it'll help it work. No, there is a village all the way over there, but that's so far away. Yeah, I think we're clear. Step 2. Build the platform. Create a 3x3 platform using 8 building blocks, leaving a hole in 1 corner. Okay, I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt and actually build this off the ground just a little bit. Step 2 done. There's only 10 steps here, and this is concerning. Step 3. Dig the collection hole. Okay. Dig a 2x2x2 hole under the gap in the platform. Check, I guess? Yeah. Step 4. Set up the collection system. Place a double chest and connect a hopper to the chest right under the hole in the platform. Above the hopper, place 1 campfire. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because I'm not convinced they really know what they're talking about here. So I'm going to do that and then that. That's just my guess at what they're getting at. So this is okay. Step 5. Create the lava pit. Place buttons and a sign in the middle of the chamber. Then place lava using a lava bucket on the sign. It hasn't really specified anything. There isn't really a chamber here. So I'm going to have to use a lot of license and create a chamber. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 tall. Okay, I'm going to give them a lot of benefit of the doubt here. But sadly, that's my 6 buttons gone. We'll use 7 buttons. I know it said 6, but we're going to just do that. This is step 5, by the way, of 10 steps. Step 6. Add water. Place water inside the glass chamber on the opposite side of the campfire. I'm going to have a quick redesign of this. Right, so I've actually used 8 buttons, which is 2 more than what they said I should use, and I've got my 1 sign in the middle there. Now, I'm actually going to jump to step 6 before I go to do step 5. And now we have something that looks a bit like a kill chamber. Step 7. Build the water flow platform. Build a 19 by 19 platform above the chamber and place water on the edges. 19 by 19 sounds like a lot of blocks. I don't think I've got enough blocks for this. Okay, I did the maths, and a 19 by 19 platform is 361 blocks, which is around about 5.6 stacks of blocks, which I do not have left. So I'm going to have to give them a little bit of creative license here and use a few more blocks. Build the water flow platform, a 19 by 19 platform above the chamber and place water on the edges. I don't know how they're going to get into the chamber because there's no hole in the middle, but we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. There we go. Somewhere for the golems to fall. We're going to have to be nice around the edges as well because, you know. So I'm going to give them a little bit of creative license here and pretend that I've actually seen an iron farm at some point in my life. Yeah, so that's the water flow platform. I have helped them along a lot with this. It's still a 19 by 19 platform. There's a lot more blocks being used, and I've actually hemmed in the water a bit and organised the water flows. Step 8. Create the village area. Make a 7x7 platform above the killing chamber with a 3x3 hole in the center. Okay, so I think the killing chamber is where it's meant to have the 3x3 hole in the center, but the villager platform is meant to be complete. But they've kind of just munged those instructions together. That's kind of what they meant. I mean, it's a 7x7 platform above the killing chamber, and it's got a 3x3 hole in the middle. Good job, good job. Step 9. Place beds and villagers. Place 20 beds in 2 layers above the center with the pillows facing inwards. Place villagers in the holes or trading areas around the farm. Right. Am I being dumb? I think that's pretty specific. I've got to follow that. Place villagers in the holes. I mean, what holes? Or trading halls around the farm. Right, so step 9 was place beds and villagers. Place 20 beds in 2 layers above the center with the pillows facing inwards. Okay, check. Place villagers in the holes or trading halls around the farm. Okay, there are no trading halls. There are no holes. Okay, step 9. I'm going to use a lot of creative license on this because it's saying place villagers in the holes which don't exist or trading halls around the farm. Okay, so creative license says I can actually place down workstations to get these people to be trading things. All right, okay, I've used a lot of license on this step, so I've placed out 20 trading blocks around the edge here so that the villagers can trade and they take on a trade and I can trade with them and all that kind of thing, right? So time to put in the 20 villagers and we will see what happens. Right, I've got 20 villagers in this space and they can all trade, and there's our first golem. I mean, I know this isn't the greatest design and I know that I've given them a lot of help in this design, but let's see what happens. Are we going to get our first iron? No, we're not, because the campfire is going to stop it. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well done, Copilot. The iron farm kind of works. I'm not going to lie, I put a lot of help in there, but it kind of works, but at an exceptionally low rate. ChatGPT. So ChatGPT came with a materials list as well. So materials needed. 3 villagers. You can either cure zombified villagers or use a boat to transport villagers. 1 zombie. 10 to 20 beds. 3 to 5 hoppers. 1 to 2 chests. 1 to 2 minecart with hopper. Optional. I don't know what that's for. 3 to 6 lava. Building blocks, stone, wood, etc. Okay, well, we won't use wood near the lava. Glass, optional for viewing purposes. Trapdoors for preventing villagers from escaping. Okay, this is a very strange list. This step-by-step guide is quite comprehensive. They've actually got sub-steps to the major steps, okay? So, step 1, build the villager platform. 1. Choose a location. Select a flat area for your farm, preferably far from any other village or spawn areas to prevent interference. 2. Construct a platform. Build a 3x3 platform of blocks that will be where the villagers stand. Add trapdoors around the platform edge. The trapdoors will prevent the villagers from wandering off. Step 3. Create a small area around this platform with 3 to 5 beds. These will be where the villager sleeps. Beds should be placed near the platform, but not directly on it, so they don't interfere with the villagers' behaviour. Right, let's just try and follow those instructions, see where we get to. Build a 3x3 platform of blocks, that'll be where the villagers stand. Add trapdoors around the platform's edge. The trapdoors will prevent the villagers from wandering off. Place beds. Create a small area around this platform with 3 to 5 beds. These will be where the villagers sleep. Beds should be placed near the platform but not directly on it so they don't interfere with the villagers' behaviour. Okay, so I've placed the beds nearby. I mean, I've just got to reread this because this is crazy. Create a small area around this platform with 3 to 5 beds. These will be where the villagers sleep. Beds should be placed near the platform but not directly on it so they don't interfere with the villagers' behaviour. Okay, I'm seeing problems here, but we'll carry on through. Step 2, part 1, build the zombie holding area. Okay. Zombie pen. The zombie will scare the villagers, prompting them to spawn 9 golems. Not in Bedrock, it won't. You need to build a holding area for the zombie above or below the villager's platform. The zombie will be placed in such a way that is visible to the villagers. Okay, so I've got to place it above, but be able to be seen by the villagers then. But cannot reach them. You can use glass blocks to enclose the zombie so it is visible but safely contained. Okay. We're just going to place it above. I'm going to read the next little bit just because this is crazy kind of stuff. Zombie mechanics. Make sure that the villagers can see the zombie, but the zombie cannot get close enough to attack. This will make the villagers panic and spawn 9 golems. The zombie should be placed at a height where villagers can see it far enough away to avoid harm. Boy. The villagers should be able to see the zombie from there. It hasn't told me to place a zombie. If it doesn't get round to that, we'll deal with that later. I've got to say, guys, these steps are very detailed, but very, very wrong. Oh, so wrong. Terribly wrong. Step 3. Create the golem spawn area. Part 1. Area of golems. Build a large open area under the villagers where the iron golems will spawn. The golems need a large enough area, at least 5 by 5, to appear. This space should be at least 2 blocks tall, as golems are tall creatures. At least 2 blocks tall. At least 2 blocks tall. See, because it said at least, I'm going to give it 3 blocks, but it needs to go underneath, which is not going to work because this is bedrock. Okay, let's read the second part. Water flow. Add water streams to the edge of the golem spawn area to push the golems towards a central point. This can be done by placing signs or trapdoors to direct the water flow. This is just nuts. I'm sorry, but this is nuts. Build a large open area under the villagers where the iron golems will spawn. The golems need a large enough area, at least 5 by 5. At least 5 by 5. Okay, so I've gone 7 by 7 because I was feeling really kind. But I think if I went any further than that, that would be getting a bit too far away from the suggested 5 by 5. This should be at least 2 blocks tall. I've made it 3. I think that's fair. Add water streams on the edge of the golem spawn area to push the golem towards a central point. This can be done by placing signs or trapdoors to direct the water flow. I placed trapdoors out here to stop the water flowing outwards. I think we can see the issues that are going to arise here, but look, we're doing this. And then I've put 1 water source in each corner so that the golems flow to the middle. Step 4. Building the killing mechanism. Part 1. Lava. Above the water streams where the golem will land, place a source of lava that can kill the iron golems. You need to ensure that the lava is positioned at a height where it will damage the golem without destroying the drops. This is usually about 2 to 3 blocks above the golem's landing area. Hoppers collection. At the bottom of the killing area, place a series of hoppers connected to the chest. This will collect the iron and poppies dropped by the golems. These instructions were a bit crazy, so I'm just going to do the best that I can with the instructions that are there. Yeah, I'm going to have to use a lot of license once again. Okay, so this is my killing mechanism. Above the water streams where the golems will land, so in the middle, above it, place a source of lava that can kill the iron golems. You need to ensure the lava is positioned at a height where it will damage the golems without destroying the drops. This is usually about 2 to 3 blocks above the golem's landing area. Okay, so the one thing which I didn't do here was just like let it flow everywhere. So I've added some buttons around there to hold it in position and an iron bar underneath so that the golems can get up close enough and still die on the iron bar. Right, so I've got a chest underneath here to capture all the drops that are not going to happen, and a hopper in the middle to collect up any drops. So anything that lands in there is going to go to the hopper, get collected, and go to the chest. Step 5. Finalizing the design. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Villager placement. Now place the 3 villagers in the beds. You can transport them using boat or minecart. Ensure they are placed correctly so they will see the zombie and panic. Panic! Zombie placement. Place a zombie in his cage, making sure it is within sight of the villagers. You can use name tags to prevent the zombie from despawning. Wow, that's really nice. Let's just double check that item list. Yeah, no name tags. I'm not sure what I'm meant to do with the rest of the beds as well. 10 to 20 beds. We've used 4. Yeah. Okay. So far, This is laughable. Let's place these villagers in and watch this not work even a tiny little teeny weeny bit. Place the 3 villagers in the beds. I've got 4 beds. It said that I could have up to 5 beds, so you know. Right, we're going to place our zombie now, and the bright-eyed among you will know what the problem is before I do this, but we'll just see what happens. So in goes my zombie. But don't worry, I'm going to put him out with a name tag. Yeah, that's not working. And there goes one of my villagers. This is terrible. Okay. I just heard a second villager die. This design is terrible. So anyway, we're only on step 6. There's more steps to go, guys. Activate the farm. Ensure safety. Make sure villagers cannot escape and the zombie is safely contained. Oh my goodness, if they'd told me this like 2 steps ago, we could have saved all this embarrassment. Okay, step 6 part 2. Test the farm. Once everything's in place, the villagers should start panicking upon seeing the zombie and the iron golems will begin spawning. Oh yeah, there goes my 3rd villager. This farm is pants. The golem will be pushed into the killing chamber where they will be killed by lava and drop iron and poppies into the hopper. We're going to do a solid here, and we're going to do ensure safety. And I'm going to use a lot of license here. Okay, a lot of license. Ensure safety. We gave Bob a hat. Make sure the villagers cannot escape. Yep. And the zombie is safely contained. I mean, the zombie's not going to walk off this platform because it thinks it's going to die. So it won't do that, it'll stay in there and it's got a hat. Safety first. Test the farm. Once everything is in place, the villagers should start panicking. These guys are panicked. Trust me, they ran away. And the iron golem will begin spawning. The golems will be pushed into the killing chamber where they will be killed by lava and drops iron and poppies into the hopper. This is basically the farm done here, guys, okay? This is never going to work for about a million reasons. But yeah, this isn't going to work. Okay, so we've still got a few more tips here. Step 7. Adjustments and tweaks. Height. Make sure the platform with the villagers is at least 30 blocks above the ground. What the flip? They could have told me this at the beginning. Above the ground or any other nearby structures to ensure the golems spawn regularly. Efficiency. If you're looking for even more efficiency, you can stack multiple layers of this system on top of each other, ensuring you have a large space where golems can spawn and get funneled into the killing area. Yeah, we're not going to do that because this is never going to work, so I'm not going to bother stacking it. But wait, there's more. Pro tips. You can also make a more complex design with multiple sets of beds if you want more iron golems to spawn. Nope, this isn't going to work. Zombie variety. Sometimes different zombie types, such as husks, work better for scaring villagers. So experiment. If your first setup doesn't work, expected. You could experiment with this for a year on Bedrock, and you ain't going to get anywhere. This is a complete dud of a design. You could possibly fix it up a little bit by adding the 20 beds required and the 10 villagers, but no, this is dead. I'm not even going to try this at any other time of day. This is a wasted build. Gemini, Google's AI. This one doesn't come with a materials list, so you just have to find that as you go. Step 1. Choose a location. Isolation. Find a flat, open area at least 100 blocks away from any other villagers or beds. This prevents interference with spawning mechanics. There's a village in the background behind me that's like 400 blocks away, so not a problem. No nearby structures. Avoid building near structures taller than 3 blocks. Alright. An iron golem can spawn on them. I mean, okay, I guess, but you know, we're fine. Step 2. Prepare the base. Dig a pit. Create a 7x7 hole 6 blocks deep. Okay, you know, I'm kind of impressed by this so far. In a chamber inside the pit, dig a 5x5 hole 6 blocks deep. So in a chamber inside the pit, dig a 5x5 hole 6 blocks deep. Step 3. Build the villager housing. Place 10 beds on each side of the inner chamber, creating bunk beds. Add workstations. Place a workstation, e.g. lecterns, fletching tables, next to each bed. This is positive. Fill the gaps. Fill in the gaps between the beds and workstations with solid blocks. Let's try that. Right, so place 10 beds on each side of the inner chamber, creating bunk beds. Done. Add workstations. Place a workstation, e.g. lectern, fletching table, next to each bed. I mean, where? I don't know. I've got to somehow place workstations next to each bed. Oh, I know. Okay, if I do that, that kind of does it. Okay, we're gonna do this. That's 20 beds and 20 workstations all placed down here. Next, fill the gaps, filling the gaps between the beds and workstations with solid blocks. I'm going to use my creative license here to say that I'm just going to leave this area open for now until I've done a few more steps. Step 4. Prepare the villagers. Prepare the villagers. Gather villagers. Obtain 20 villagers. You can trade with villagers, use zombie villagers, or find them in villages. Transport villagers. Use minecarts, boats, or leads to bring the villagers to the farm. Okay. Ensure Fletcher status. What? What? Ensure each villager has a profession, ideally Fletcher. Alright, I got ahead on that one. If not, break and replace their workstations. I mean, okay, somehow I avoided that bullet, but we're just going to bring in 20 villagers into this space. Okay, so that is 20 villagers. We've ensured that they're all Fletchers. I'm not really sure what they meant by that, but we've got 20 Fletchers in there. Step 5. Create the golem spawning area. Water source. Create a small water source at one end of the inner chamber. I don't like the sound of this. To me, that's the inner chamber, but I'm going to assume that it means this up here is the inner chamber. At the opposite end, create a lava source that flows into a hopper. Connect the hopper to a chest to collect dropped items. I think the only way to do this is if I fill in this layer. Like, there is no other way. Yeah, you get one torch, don't wear it out. So I'm meant to create a water source in one corner, a lava source in the other. The lava source is meant to flow towards a chest. So, this is... Oh, hello. We've already got a bit of golem activity happening. I mean, we know what the problem's going to be, but, you know, it's like 10 out of 10 for effort here. So let's just make sure that we're on the right track. Create the golem spawning area. Create a small water source at one end. Okay, that's my small water source. Of the inner chamber. Lava collection. At the opposite end, create a lava source that flows into a hopper. Great. Connect the hopper to a chest to collect dropped items. Okay, that's what I've gone for. I've used pressure plates to keep them apart. I mean... I could possibly improve this and actually make it work, but it does say lava collection. Okay, so the lava is going to collect the items. Like, I can't avoid that. That's probably about as good as I can hope for. Let's see what the next step is. Step 6. Prevent golem escape. Leaf walls. Surround the entire farm with leaves to prevent golems from escaping. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Slabs. Place slabs on top of the leaves to prevent them from burning. I mean, that one escaped. Gotta say, well done, golem. Doing the smart thing, spawning outside of this nonsense farm. Okay, so step 6. Prevent golem escape. Leaf walls. Surround the entire farm with leaf to prevent the golems from escaping. Done. Check. Slabs. Place slabs on top of the leaves to prevent them from burning. Okay, double check. Step 7. Final touches. Add a ladder. Place a ladder for easy access to the farm. Test and refine. Observe the farm in action. Adjust water flow, lava placement, or villager positioning if necessary. That gives me a little bit of free license just to fix this up a tiny bit. We're going to fix up the water flow, the lava placement, and villager positioning. Let's do that. I left the villagers where I placed them down below, and I reorganized my water streams so that the golems will get pushed to one point. And I replaced all the leaves with sand because, to be honest, the leaves were kind of annoying and decaying, and they weren't genuinely doing anything. So here you go. This is, reasonably speaking, a working iron farm. But there's a few more steps still to fill, so I haven't placed the ladder in because, you know, that's a design choice. So, important notes. Iron golem spawning. Iron golems will spawn within the designated villager area, or the village area, designated village area. Golem killing. The water will push golems towards the lava, killing them. Yes, it does now, thank you. Item collection. The hopper system will collect iron, string, and other dropped items. Well, because I prefer to be slightly more humane, I gave the cats a little bit of space to escape, but it is collecting up the iron. Additional tips. Campfires. Oh, Lord. Place campfires on top of the hopper to increase damage to golems and speed up the process. No, we're not going to do that. That's not a tip. That's terrible. Efficiency. Experiment with different designs and villager setups to maximize iron output. 7x7 isn't actually a bad spawn area for golems. A little bit bigger would be quite nice for this kind of design, like maybe go 9x9. Redstone automation. For advanced players, consider using redstone to automate the process of killing the golems and collecting items. This is actually, for all intents and purpose, a working iron farm. It could be better, like the village place or the villager placement and the placement of the workstations could be a lot better, But fundamentally, they gave all of the correct things to put into this to make it actually work. So I'm going to say, well done, Gemini. You win. You won this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this farm a 1-hour test. I just made a very, very minor adjustment. I removed the iron bar from there to hold back the lava because I realised it wasn't needed even slightly. But this is genuinely working, so if we give it a 1-hour test, we'll be able to get some rates from it. We're ready to run this test now. I've emptied out the chest, I've turned off mob spawning, I've set up a little command thing here. If you want to know how to do this, it's very simple. You set up one which is an impulse and that needs redstone. Game rule do mob spawning true, so that turns it back on. And then this one, which will activate after 1 hour, which turns the mob spawning back off, gives you a very precise 1 hour in-game timer. And if I press that, we are going to see some mob spawning and hopefully see what our rate's like on this. Right, it's been 1 hour. Let's see what we get from this farm. Okay, you know, like nearly 4 stacks. What's that? 150, 200, 250? Ish, give or take. That's not great. But hey, you know what? This is YouTube. I've seen worse. You know who you are. You know what you did.